Hey guys, welcome to Layton Family Adventures Part 2.
Today we wanted to discuss different ways we've found to save money when booking a Disney trip with a family larger than four, five, six. We've actually stayed with 7 and even 9 people to find a way to save money doing that.
So, one of the ways that we have found to save money was doing discounted gift cards. If you go to Target, Costco, Sam's Club, generally speaking, they can go ahead and they will sell them in a pack of 3 to 4. And then with Target, which is the majority of where we got ours, by using our Target Red card, we were able to save an additional 5% off of our gift card.
So then one of the other things to look at is whatever Costco is selling them for,
Target.
Or Sam's Club, maybe they might be selling the gift card for. Have a credit card that has cash back. It would be a really good way to then get some of that cash back as well. So you buy a $48 gift card or $50 gift card for $48, and you get 2% cash back. That actually saves you a little bit of money. And Disney has a website that allows you to take multiple gift cards, put them together up to $1,000. So then it doesn't feel weird calling Disney and with 40 gift cards to give them one gift card at a time at $50.
Now, keep in mind we have done that before, and Disney really does not mind. I think it's more just a personal preference on behalf of you.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't. It wasn't that Disney had a problem with it. I just didn't like sitting on the phone for. I think I sat on the phone for about a half an hour with $50 gift cards to pay $1,000 on because you had to put 20 different transactions through. If you just go to that website, you can punch in those numbers on the website and turn those 20 $50 gift cards into one $1,000 gift card.
The second way that we found that was cost savings was going at off-time seasons, such as lower crowd times, times that they were back in school. Also, generally speaking, on those times, they also have the Disney dining plans going on versus just the room discounts. The Disney dining plans will save you a ton of money, and I highly, highly recommend them.
That's one of those areas where a lot of people end up debating whether or not it'll actually save you money. I think if you have a family of four or more, it saves you a lot of money. The way I look at it is you save a lot of money on the extra stuff. Dining plans come with a snack, for example, so you can get a soda or a water or the ice creams. Yeah, the things that the kids really, really want to have throughout the park. Every day you can get at least one of those for the kids. Plus they bank together, so if you end up getting in late on a flight the night before, you actually have 3 of them available, whatever, however many people, additional for that day before, or 5 of them, however many people are in your party.
And what's nice too is that you don't always have to use them at the parks. So what we have done in the past is on the last day, we seem to always have extra snack credits. And what we would do is we would actually go to the Disney gift shop and we would use those snack credits to buy stuff so that we had for the plane ride, which was awesome because generally speaking, you want to keep your kids as occupied as you can, especially with small children on a plane. And who doesn't love eating Mickey pretzels or a Mickey gummy worm Goofy? I think Goofy's gummy worms, but
I'm more partial to the Mickey Rice Krispie treats. I love those, and we had those on our last flight home. It was pretty awesome.
Plus, they make awesome souvenirs too coming home. So if there was a person that you forgot to pick up for, you can just use a snack credit and get them a snack and then give it to them when they get home. The other thing that we have noticed is that when you have the dining plan as well, you get unlimited soda pop. So they have a refillable cup, and you can fill up at any time during your stay at the resort with unlimited soda, coffee, teas, waters, whatnot. The
And
station
just
is
remember,
there.
you can't use that at the park. You can take it with you to the park, but they don't fill it at the park. However, if you are on the dining plan, every meal you would buy at Disney,
You do get a water.
you would get
Or a drink.
a drink for free as part of the meal. The other thing I would say to save a little bit of money is at every one of those dining places, no matter if you're on the dining plan or not, they will give you a glass of water as part of your meal in addition to whatever you're buying. So if I buy a soda, I can still ask for 5 cups of water, and my family can drink water as well. I think they just want to make sure people are hydrated. They don't have a problem with that at all.
Because the parks will be hot. Um, and for some reason, the only time that we've noticed that the parks haven't been excruciating hot lately is in March. So
Yeah, we actually just got home about a week and a half ago. We were at the parks for 3 days, and we had a 3-day Disney cruise before that. And
it was actually
it was 89 degrees. In fact, we got home and it was 19, so it was a 70-degree difference between home and the parks. It was pretty ridiculous. Pretty much shell-shocked when we got home. With a family of 5, look at the times when they have discounts. That's going back to being flexible. If you can find a way to keep your flights cheap and maybe come in on a Tuesday or come in on a Saturday night, and then be there at even late at night, stay in your room, get up in the morning and go to the parks. Again, like we said earlier with the dining plan, you then have those dining credits that are starting you off a day ahead, and then you also get the park right away in the morning. And Disney's Magical Express runs all day. They'll bring you at any time. So speaking of Disney's Magical Express, I would say use the Disney transportation as much as you possibly can.
yes. They recently did do the minivans, which is through Lyft right now as well. So if you are not partial to the crowded buses or the crowded monorail or just need that little bit of space, they do have the minivans, and it is literally a minivan dressed up as Minnie, which they are super cute. I think we saw 2 of
However,
them.
again, if you're trying to save money, you probably wouldn't want to do the minivans
Correct, they are
because you do have to pay additional. However, speaking of those minivans, there is actually Lyft and Uber you can get while you're at the parks. So it might actually be a really good idea to think about possibly going to the grocery store. There's a Walmart actually pretty close. There is a grocery store really close called Goodies. Do not go there.
Do
It was
not go
way
there.
overpriced. I would say triple or quadruple what a normal grocery store costs. And even though some people talk about having groceries delivered, I think it's smarter because groceries delivered is also really expensive. I think it's smarter to go to the Walmart in a Lyft. You go do your shopping, get your next Lyft, come back. It's only like $11 to get to the Walmart and $11 to get back, and it saves you a lot of money on groceries. The other thing we've done is actually just pack. We like to have extra luggage when we come to the parks anyway, because we might buy some souvenirs and fill up our bags. So we'll pack snacks, Pop-Tarts, and different granola bars, bags of chips, little bags of chips that the kids can have as a little snack, but isn't going to be extremely unhealthy. The 100-calorie packs of all the different things. We'll pack all that stuff in our bags because then once we eat those, that leaves us some extra space in our bags for us to put some of those souvenirs when we come back.
Consider renting the DVC points. Sometimes, there may not be a discount that is running. However, if you go ahead and you look into renting DVC points, you can actually save up to $1,000 or more on your stay. This last trip, we stayed at 3 different hotels for the 3 days, and we did do the renting of the DVC points. It was a really awesome experience to see different hotels and the DVC resorts.
The other thing with Disney to look at is thinking about watching your prices as you go. Disney allows you to put $200 down when you start and then pay it off as you go. When you get closer to your trip, you have to pay it off before the 30-day mark prior to your trip. However, they also allow, as they add discounts, if your price changes, you can change your reservation in order to save that money or to reprice your reservation. So you can do that. So I would check into that anytime or every couple weeks or every few weeks. Or maybe your flights change, or maybe there's a different flight available that's a lot cheaper. A lot of times we found when you're flying with 5 people, it might actually be cheaper to change your flight to a different day and then actually or like the same amount of money, and then you'd stay an extra day in Disney without actually really paying for it. We've seen times where, we want to fly back on a Monday and that might be $1,200, but if you fly back on Tuesday, it's $600, half the price. So that $600 would easily at that point pay for one extra day at the parks, because as you book longer trips at Disney, everything becomes less expensive except for the room price. So the room price would stay the same, oh, and the dining plan. However, your tickets could be $40 or $25 for that extra day, because they significantly discount the price as you're booking if you're booking a package. So that's something to think about as well. The longer you stay, the better. And then earlier we were discussing when you have 5 people, so 3 people, or if you have 4 and a child under 3, you actually can go without that child actually costing any money. So don't think that if you have a family of 5 or you have children that are under 3 that, oh, it doesn't make sense to go because they're not going to remember anything. They don't actually cost anything when they're under 3. There's a lot of rides they can't go on and things like that, but Disney does a really awesome job making sure that the parents can ride or swap or do other things, so you don't have to worry about that. But go when they're under 3, because they don't cost any money and they will remember at least some of it throughout the time. I mean, maybe when they get older they won't remember that, but my daughter still remembers the first time she met Cinderella. And I remember when she was 3, we walked into the parks and she said, "Thank you for bringing me home."
And she was pointing to the castle.
And so we just encourage you to bring your kids as they're young and make this something that's awesome for your families to do. And you can do it economically. If you guys have any questions for how to do it economically, or if there's anything we can help you with to figure out a better way to do it, we actually rented DVC points the last time, so I can give you a referral to a good place that has those available. So just let us know if you have any of those questions.
List it down in the comments below.
So that's all we have for you guys tonight. Go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and have a great night, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good night.